Hey, this is cool. Okay, so I have in the last week or so had a situation come up, and it's not the first time it's come up, and that is a company contacted me and said, I've changed the name of my business. Do I need a new Google business profile, or can I keep the existing one because I have several reviews on there and I don't want to lose the reviews? What should I do? And so, of course, I helped her with that. And now she has this. Well, I'm not going to tell you. So, if you're wondering, who is this person that I've just tuned into? My name is Melody Campbell. I am, my business is The Small Business Guru. And what's a guru? A guru is just a guide. I'm your guide to get more business. So there's myself as the owner, and I have a team that helps me make all the magic happen. Of course, it's not magic. It's very much the science of marketing. There's a little bit of artistry in there, but it is very, in most cases, it can be very predictable. There are aspects of it, I should say, that are very predictable. You still have to tune into human nature and the culture and the timing and all of that, what's happening in our world. But humans act a certain way, so you can predict with some degree of certainty how they may act or react in certain scenarios, and that's what we create our marketing on. So today, I am in the process of creating a course called Local Visibility Blueprint, which will be a tool that small business owners can take this course and get a really good basic foundation to understanding what they should be doing to get visibility in the digital marketing space. So people are looking digitally for your product or service. How do you show up where your ideal customer is at so that they can become aware of who you are and potentially interested in what you do? And then how do they hire you when they're ready? That's what this new course, Local Visibility Blueprint, is all about. And today, I'm not going to be talking about that, but I'm going to be talking about one aspect of it. So this, to some in more in depth, will be covered in my course, and that is, how do you update your business name on your Google Business profile so that you don't lose reviews and you don't lose the optimization that you may or may not have with that original Google Business profile. So the first thing is the good news. If you are just changing the name of your business, but a lot of the core things about your business. So in the case of the scenario that I opened up this episode with, the young woman was changing the name of her business. She was still the owner. It had the same address, the same phone number, different website, because the website URL reflected the new name and branding of her business. But she was essentially doing the same thing, just a new business name. And of course, I've actually done this before for other clients. And so here's another scenario, and to kind of show you how they both went, is the other scenario was actually a couple years ago. A gentleman purchased a local restaurant in town, and it was one of a chain of restaurants. So he needed to change. He couldn't keep the same name because it would no longer be a part of that chain of restaurants. It was going to have his own name on it. So he contacted me and said, do I need a new Google Business profile, or can I keep the old one because there's I think there was 125 reviews. He wanted to keep the reviews and the same history and whatnot. So what we did was we were able to show Google, and in his case, Google did ask us to re-verify that profile. It just had a new business name. That was it. It was in the same location. They had the same chefs, the same cooking staff, the same wait staff, everything. But it was just a new owner and a new name. Everything else was exactly the same. So we were able to verify this with Google through proper documentation in a video is what Google requested. And he was able to keep the same profile, all the same reviews, etc. And he was very, very happy. So this new situation where the young woman, she is a vocal instructor and she changed the name of her business, but the name is the only thing that changed. Google did not require, so far, a re-verification of that Google business profile. So here's what we did is we went online and to, where you can manage that Google business review. And if you have a Google business review, you know what that looks like. And in the course, when I do the local visibility blueprint, I'll be demonstrating what some of this looks like. But you just go into your Google business profile management, and I just changed your name. I also, in the description, I referenced the previous name. So new name, formerly known as the previous name, and then the description of what they do. And it was a super easy change. And I try to remember how many reviews that she had. Off the top of my head, I think it was something like 24 or 38. I don't remember exactly how much it was. But she had several and she didn't want to lose them. She still wanted people to be able to see with the new business name and the new website, she was still the same vocal coach that got all these amazing reviews. So we were able to do that for her. So you want to make sure, though, you review your hours and the photos. So we did have to also update the photos, put her new logo in. We added photos for showing who she is, what she does. We were able to keep several of the photos that she currently had on there. And so far, and I only changed this for her, it was either yesterday or the day before yesterday, she hasn't had to re-verify. So that's perfect. So now we can focus on fully optimizing the Google business profile. So there's a place to upload photos, and you want to make sure you have them geotagged for the service areas that you want to service customers in. So for example, we're located in Salem, Oregon, and there's some communities around Salem. So there's Dallas, Oregon, and Turner, Oregon, and Independence, Oregon, and Woodburn, Oregon. She wants to be hired by individuals that want to hire her as their vocal coach from all those areas. So she can upload photos, and they could be photos that were taken with her phone with the location services turned on, because it's going to automatically geotag those photos. Or there's actually software online where you could upload the photos, choose the address or the location. So like Woodburn or Lake Oswego or all the Turner, Independence, Dallas, etc., all the areas around where she wants to have clients find her in. She can tag those photos to go with those areas. There's also a place to add Q&As. So what I'm recommending to all of my clients right now, and it's going to be a part of my course, populate the questions and answers section with your own frequently asked questions and answers. And you have like 300 characters and spaces, I believe, in the responses. Use all of them. Use plenty of words that people will be using when they're searching for somebody like you. So like it's a vocal coach, it could be like singing lessons, singing lessons for children, singing lessons for adults. So you want to work those into your Q&As because those are going to be the words that Google can use to match your frequently asked questions with what people are searching for. And that really helps you to show up a lot better in search. Then there's a section along the bottom of your Google business profile where you can add you could add a daily post, but a weekly post is what people most normally do. It's not quite like Instagram and Facebook where you're wanting to add, post 4 times a day. You can just post once a week, but post on a particular service or product. So I'm doing this for a personal injury attorney. And actually, let me say it this way. He's an attorney, and he offers personal services for personal injury and criminal representation. So criminal defense is what I'm trying to say. So some of the posts have to do with how he can help somebody who needs to maybe expungement, to take felonies off their records, or they have a DUI, etc. So part of the post will address that ideal clientele, and then some of the other posts are addressing personal injury, premises liability, car accident attorney, etc. And I have this reporting tool that I can show him, that once we start adding the geotagged photos, the frequently asked questions on both topics, and the posts, I can show him that in less than a month's time, he went from hardly showing up at all in the map pack to now showing up in some cases and in some locations around town in the top 3. So that top 3 is what you get to see when you first go to search and you see the map pack. Those top 3, those are the coveted positions to be in. Those are the first ones that people see right underneath the ads. So if they click on more businesses, then they can see this long list of other Google business profiles related to that product or service. But if you get in the top 3, those get something like 60% more of the clicks than the rest of the ones. So that's the goal, is to get you in that top 3. So my SEO Max, which is a combination of the full optimization of your Google business profile with itemized products and services, titles and descriptions with keywords built into them, frequently asked questions with keywords built into the questions and the answers, and finding questions that people are actually going on to Google and asking in the search bar. If you have one of those answers in your Google business profile, you're more likely to show up, especially if your competition doesn't have that information. And then the posts. Do those posts, I think you have something like 1,500 characters and spaces in your Google posts with a graphic and a call to action, learn more, call now, book now, all of that. So let's wrap this up. Number 1, you can change the name of your Google business profile, and you're less likely to need re-verification if it's the same address, same phone number, same owner, just a new name. Different website, new name. Okay. Now, Google kind of does what they want to do, and it also depends on the trust factor you already have a relationship with Google on. And if you have any questions about that, please feel free to call me. You're more likely to need re-verification if you're a service-based business and you're not publishing your address. Okay, because the Google can't go and check, are you actually a business located at 123 Main Street in your town? That's easier for Google to verify because there's all kinds of public records on that. But if you're operating from your home and you're not publishing that address because you're a service-based business and you go to your client's base of business, you're going to probably need to re-verify if you make any significant changes to the name or other aspects of your business. If you have any questions about your Google business profile, I'm your girl. I'm a guru. I'm your guide to get more business. I can put any website on the first page of Google for hundreds of keywords locally. Imagine if you're an HVAC company, if you're a roofer, if you're a beauty salon, and you want to rank on the first page of Google for hundreds of keywords. I have a client right now. She's an esthetician. She's on the first page of Google for almost 500 keywords, and she regularly gets at least 100 new clients every month. So she keeps her and her staff busy with new clients. I have another client who worked with me, and you can watch the video here on this channel or on my website. And he said he tracked every single lead. And the business that came in from organic SEO, or as a result of organic SEO, so that means SEO is search engine optimization. So his website was optimized to show up on the first page of Google for, I think at the time he recorded the video, it was less than 200 keywords. But he could track the leads that were coming in organically, not directly. They didn't know who he was before they went to Google, and they just searched for what he did, and he came up. They called for a quote. They booked him. They paid him worth about $400,000 worth of business. If you are a business in the United States, English speaking, I'm sorry, I could refer you to somebody if you're not English speaking, and you want to get on the first page of Google in your local area for hundreds of keywords. I promise you it will totally change your business. Now, it doesn't mean you don't need any other marketing campaigns, but getting on the first page of Google is the place to start. Give me a call, Melody Campbell, the Small Business Guru. Leave me a comment below. Head to my website. All my contact information and other social media information is there. And watch for upcoming announcements on my local visibility blueprint and the local visibility lab. So the local visibility blueprint is a one-time standalone course, DIY, do it yourself, follow the instructions. There's going to be lots of worksheets and checklists, and we're going to set it up so that you're tracking things every 90 days. What should you be paying attention to in those 90 days? What are the key performance indicators? And then how do you decide what you're going to be focusing on next? All of that and more to come in the local visibility blueprint. But in the local visibility lab, that's my working name for the membership, is going to be where if you've taken the course, I will be putting additional ongoing information as it develops in the SEO world on what you can do to keep up with that. And you can come to our weekly open group coaching and bring your website, your Google business profile, whatever. And if you want me to give you some feedback on it, here's what I'm doing, here's what's happening, here's what I want to happen, what am I missing, what could I be doing, bring it to the weekly coaching course and we'll go over it together and everyone will benefit. So if you don't want to submit yours, somebody else potentially will submit theirs, and you can listen in and get some good information on what other people might be doing. So hope this was helpful. Can you change your business name on your Google business profile so you can keep all your reviews and all your good SEO juice that you've got going? Absolutely. It may or may not need to get re-verified. We will talk in a future episode what verification might look like, because that's another question that's come up a lot. Google used to send out postcards, but so many of the business owners I work with, especially service area businesses, are like, I didn't get it, I didn't get it, I didn't get it. Then they started doing the re-verification or any verification through phone and text. It could be if you had a website that was connected to Google Analytics or Google Search Console. That's sometimes helpful. But in most cases, it's going to be a video. And I can walk you through that, what to do and how to do it, how to prepare for it, and what happens, because it does happen, if you don't get verified and you've submitted everything that they asked for. That's okay. We'll submit a request for them to review it again. And a lot of times, we'll try to figure out what the gaps are. What did we miss? And a lot of times we can get you verified on the second go around. Because if you're a legitimate business and you have all the trust factor tools, like in my case, the state of Oregon or whatever state you're in, business name verification, maybe a business license, you've got your maybe LLC paperwork, you've got maybe a tax ID number, you've got signage on your truck or on your location. Like, I can show you what are the important things that Google's looking for. So just contact me. All my contact information is in the comments or in the description below. You can go to my website. All my contact information is there. And just recently, since I started to do these regular videos, I've had people contact me from all over the country and ask me about, what about my business? Last weekend, I woke up to a text from somebody who owns a yoga studio in Maryland, and she told me about her scenario. And I gave her some helpful input that she could use whether she hires me or not. I mean, I'm not in the business of just giving away a lot of free information, but if I can just pass something on to you, I'll do it. But I'm also here to serve clients that really want to make a difference and get ahead in their area. If you want to get on the first page of Google for hundreds of keywords, I'm your girl. If you need help verifying your Google business profile, I'm your girl. If you want to optimize your existing Google business profile so that you show up in the top 3 a lot more, you said it, you know it, I'm your girl. So give me a call. Let me know how I can help. Melody Campbell, the Small Business Guru. I can put any website on the first page of Google for hundreds of keywords. So just remember, when we rank, you bank. Thanks for listening.